What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my Browns Rams Week 13 recap. And the Browns, for the second week in a row, come up short today as they lose to the Los Angeles Rams by a final score of 36-19, and they fall to 7-5 on the season. I believe we're still somehow in the wild card, but the vibes are just not there. You can just see it, right? Our so-called best in the world defense got absolutely torched again. No sacks, and guys were just wide open every time you looked. I mean, my God, you could tell they were missing Denzel Ward today. I mean, Sean McVay was bullying whatever corner they had out there trying to fill the role of Denzel Ward. They didn't really go after MJ or Greg Newsome a whole lot. And those two somewhat held their own, except for when MJ got absolutely torched by Nakua. But all right, you know, those two played admirably. But then you look on the other end, we had some guy named Khalef Halassi. Yes, that's a real person. And Mike Ford, who's mainly a special teamer out there. And Matthew Stafford made it his mission to embarrass those guys. There was one play in particular, right? Ford was on the field, and he was supposed to be guarding his man, but instead, he was watching Matthew Stafford, which is something you don't really want to do, get caught with your eyes in the backfield because, the guy he was supposed to be covering was like 20 some yards downfield, wide open, nobody around. Classic, right? Haven't seen that a lot this year, but you could tell that the dude doesn't play a lot on defense because, he got hooked. Like, he had his eyes on Stafford. He wasn't watching his man. That's a big no-no as a corner. You got to be watching your man, right? Because, you can watch the quarterback, but your man's running right past you. He's wide open. Ugh. But, I mean, it was a nightmare for the defense. Do I even want to read the stats for the Rams? I'm going to. So be prepared to vomit, okay? Because this is some ugly stuff. For the East of the World defense, this is what they gave up. 22 of 37, 279 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and the worst thing of it all, no sacks. My dude, Matthew Stafford, essentially went the entire game untouched. I don't even know if they have to wash his jersey after this game. They could just take it out of the thing and put it right back in the, right back in the locker. Ready for the next time he needs to wear it. I mean, I'm sure they're going to wash it because it's probably sweaty and stuff. If he even worked up a sweat because, my God, bro. Talk about getting worked. I would hate to be in that film room this week. Especially in the secondary. Ugh. Oh my God, bro. I've always thought like this defense is completely different at home compared to on the road. But my God, that has never been a more true statement. Right? Look at our defense. Look at how they play at home and compare it to how they've played on the road. It's two different freaking teams. Like, damn. Well, luckily for us, we got back-to-back home games the next 2 weeks against Jacksonville and Chicago. And the way the Browns fan base on Twitter is acting right now, they're not really feeling too good about that Jags game. We could easily be 7-6 heading into that Bears game. And of course, the Bears are actually playing some good football right now. Of course, right? Right as we're coming up on the schedule, all of a sudden, they start finding their way. Of course, right? Just a classic Browns luck. That's like the star player who's been hurt the last couple weeks on the other team coming back and playing against you. That's just classic Browns luck, right? Now, on the ground, the Rams had 25 carries, 120 yards, mainly from Kyron Williams, who had 21, 88, and a touchdown. And then through the air, Puka Nakua, 4 receptions, 105 yards, and a touchdown. Demarcus Robinson had 4 receptions, 55 yards, and a touchdown. And Cooper Kupp, 6 receptions, 39 yards. And of course, he had to get his touchdown, right? At the very end. But yeah, overall, 22 receptions, 279 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then as for Joe Flacco, he actually looked good, believe it or not. 23 of 44, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then he had that arm punt, which essentially ruined all good vibes that we had, right? Because as I take a look at the drive-by-drive analysis, we had just forced a punt, right? We had just forced a punt, on by one, and then throws that bad interception, and then the Rams go in and score a touchdown. We get the ball back, turn it over on downs. They get it back, score a touchdown. We get it back, and then a safety, and that was it. So you could just see how it just crumbled after that arm punt. After the interception, things just went. Whew. Gave up 2 touchdowns, and then the safety. Mm-mm-mm. Talk about hitting rock bottom. We didn't just hit rock bottom. We hit it going full speed. Like, my God, that's like a bullet train hitting a brick wall at top speed. That's the Browns right now. This team has to get back to doing what they were doing when they were winning games. Now, it's going to be tough, right? Because the defense has been getting cooked the last couple weeks. So hopefully they can get back their swag back at home where they have been playing much better, right? Our defense has looked far better at home as compared to on the road, which is crazy, but that's just the way it is. It's like we have two different teams out there. But what else is there really to say, right? Joe Flacco did good, like I said. 23 carries, 87 yards on the ground, mostly from Kareem Hunt, who had 12 for 48. We actually saw Pierre Strong for 2 carries, 20 yards. That's probably the last we're going to see of him for a couple weeks because that's how things go, right? With Kevin. We'll see him for a little bit and then we won't see him again for a couple games. That's just how things go, apparently. And then Jerome Ford had 9 carries for 19 yards. And early on, our offensive line was getting dog walked all over the field. Like, it seemed like they couldn't get a push at all. From the time Joe Flacco would snap the ball and hand the ball off, there was always a Ram lineman waiting. It's crazy. And then, through the air, 23 receptions, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns to Harrison Bryant and Jerome Ford. Leading receiver, go figure, Elijah Moore, 4 receptions, 83 yards. I say that because, of course, Elijah played with Joe in New York with the Jets. So, of course, he would have arguably the best day of any receiver, yards-wise. Amari Cooper, 3 receptions, 34 yards. Got hurt, of course. So once he went down, this already sus receiving core looked even worse because there's really nobody to fear, right? Are you really going to be scared of Elijah Moore or Cedric Tillman or David Bell? Huh? I mean, David Njoku's kind of scary, but his hands have been kind of sus. And when he has had good hands, he does stuff like he did today, where he steps out of bounds because he doesn't know where his feet are or where he is on the field. But he did make up for that with a couple big plays later. Overall, it was just another one of those games. Just get this team the hell out of California, get them back to the East Coast, and let's get back to playing at 1 o'clock. Because as we've seen, playing at 4 o'clock has not been friendly to us at all. They'll get us back in the 1 o'clock time slot and as far away from Mark Sanchez as possible. My, that dude sucks. I mean, he makes the statement, "You don't know ball." Like, bro, it's him. He defines the "you don't know ball" statement. Like, my God, bro. Did you earn the job as a commentator, Mark? Curious. Did you earn that job, huh? What did you do? Hmm? What did you do to deserve that job? Huh? I'm serious. Because my dude legit does not know ball at all. Where did he get the freaking job? Did he win a contest or something? Huh? Fox look at him and go, "You've been a quarterback. Want to be a commentator?" And this dude said, yeah. It's like, "Good, you're hired." Stupidest thing ever, right? Fleur isn't bad, but Sanchez, unbearable. Oh my God, bro. You really had this dude calling back-to-back games for us. Like, it wasn't bad enough that the Browns weren't playing well, but we had to listen to that stooge, man. And then, of course, the game started, right? I'm waiting for the game to come on the TV, and it's showing black screen, nothing on there. And then all of a sudden, they're showing the Niners Eagles game. I'm like, "Oh, Fox, what are we doing here, huh?" Then after a few minutes, they finally put our game on. We had already missed a few plays, but of course the Browns would go down and score on their opening drive. Arguably one of the best opening drives of the year, especially without Deshaun. That's for sure. But yeah, I'm not even going to look at what our defense did because they didn't do anything. Really, they didn't even really touch Matthew Stafford. One tackle for loss. Two passes defended. Two QB hits. So I guess we did put our hands on Stafford, but yeah, not early enough to get a sack. Grant Delpit and Mo Hurst had the only two QB hits for the Browns today. Myles Garrett playing with one shoulder. He tried. Got to give him credit for that. But nobody else really showed up front. And when we would get penetration, it was mainly on a run play. And Kyron Williams would just run right past everybody. Oh my God, bro. I swear. Just get this team out of California. Get them out of the West Coast. Get them back to Ohio. And like I said, keep that bum, Mark Sanchez, as far away from this team as possible. I swear, man. I need to look at the schedule to see how many more games we have on Fox. Oh my God. Because literally, if we have to hear him again, I might just put my TV on mute, right? I mean, I know people that already do that, but usually I have my volume on low, so at least I could hear what the commentators are saying if something happens. I might legit put my TV on mute the next time I have to hear that loser on my TV. My God. I usually don't hate on announcers like that, but he might be the worst. Like, not even kidding. I would rather listen to a robot than that loser. Like, damn, bro. I'm still wondering, how the heck did he even get that job? What did he do? Huh? What did he do? Nothing. He's ass. Literally. Like, he's best known for his head going damn near up a lineman's butt. Fumble. That's what he's known for. Fumble. He's a meme. I'm done talking about this game. Browns are 7-5, and they gotta bounce back next week at home against the Jags. Should be a good game. Preview will be out on Tuesday as always, and just try to get back in the win column next week. And we'll see where they start at quarterback. Maybe it'll be Joe Flacco. It could be DTR if he's healthy enough. But honestly, I might roll with Joe Flacco because what I saw out there was really good. aside from the arm punt. I mean, I think that was just him being a little over aggressive because, as we saw, the dude took really good care of the ball. When there wasn't anything out there, he would just throw it away. There, he was just trying to do too much, I think. Oh well. Yeah, that's really all I got for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, hit the like button if you hate Mark Sanchez. Subscribe, hit the bell, and become a member for exclusive perks. So I have some other stuff coming out probably this week on the Buckeye channel, and then I'll be live for some Cavs basketball too. So keep an eye out for that. But with that being said, this video has gone almost 16 minutes, and a good part of it was me ranting about how bad Mark Sanchez is. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns. Oh wait, almost forgot. Post-game observations. I forget about this, right? Number one, Browns can't win out west, especially in California. Ugh. Number two, defense didn't show up. Again. Ugh. Number three, Joe Flacco still got it. 38 years old. Still got that hose, though. Uh-huh. And then my game MVP, as you can imagine, Joe Flacco, because he kept the offense afloat. And, of course, the defense didn't show up. I've noticed a theme here. You know, when the offense is ass, the defense shows up. When the defense is butt cheeks, the offense is there. Of course, right? If we had any semblance of a defense today, we might win this game. But nope. The defense was out enjoying Hollywood Boulevard. The lights were too bright. All right, guys, I'm heading out for real this time. Hope to see you all at some point this week for some Cavs basketball. I'll probably be streaming one of or both of those games. I guess they were just added because of the in-season tournament. Of course, the Cavs didn't make the knockout stage, so they have two more games added against Orlando and then Miami. And I'll probably be doing one of, if not both games. So I'll have more information on that later. But with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog for real this time. Let's go Browns. Bounce back next week. And I'm out. Oh yeah, screw Mark Sanchez.